right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to you.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash.
Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings and salutation to the hopeful elect. Those in the gospel of our living up the stern of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. We're the brothers here at the GMS Kansas City branch, coming to you week in and week out, prophesying the end of America, aka Babylon the Great. Waking up our people, which are the 12 tribes of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We just wanted to do a quick lesson, nothing too long through Spirit. Going into the lesson is called I Understand Now, okay? And it's based on just, a title I came up with through the Spirit, and brothers, they resonated with it because our sufferings, man, like a lot of times we go through things in His faith, in His walk, in His ministry, and a lot of times it takes different trials and it takes different experiences to learn why you may go through certain things in life. Like we always like to make the case in point that you catching hell, but from the outside looking in, people may think that the Lord is not with you, so to speak, because that's a common sentiment of the world, that when you're doing good, then God is with you. But according to these scriptures in the Bible and His faith and His truth, that's really not the case, okay? Because the Lord said that He's near those that's of a broken spirit and a contrite heart. So it's the polar opposite of what the world teaches. So actually catching hell in this thing is a beautiful thing, because it builds character, it builds long suffering, it builds endurance, it builds longevity, and it builds a mindset that keep you focused on the straight and narrow. Because taking it from Apostle Rakar, he said, look, man, if you give up the spirit and His truth, like any man that go to war, you can't worry about if you're going to die or not. Because that's the whole point. You signed up for war, knowing that you can be put to death. So same thing in this faith, man. We often want to make it home safe. You want to make it home to your wife and kids, like my man said in training day. Let's all go home, just do the wife and the girlfriend thing. That might not be the case in this thing, man.
Yeah.
Okay, because shit, man, we at war right now. Brothers are suffering in the spirit through infirmities, man, mental issues, okay, bodily issues, financial, vehicles, whatever you may think. Boy, whatever you can conjure up in your mind, a brother's going through it. Okay, so any brothers got some precepts, let's bring it out.
Yeah, now I just want to say this. We entered into the portion of circumcision of the heart. Yeah. Because the circumcision was a ceremony that was given to our forefather Abraham. But the scriptures speak several times on circumcising your heart. Circumcision is, circumcising the foreskin of your private members. That was a covenant between Abraham and his descendants and the Most High, showing that that's who the Lord was dealing with. But the true circumcision is of the heart. You know what I'm saying? And how the Lord does that is your heart is being tested and made stronger through endurance, through coming to this faith and going through these struggles to be made closer to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. And that's really the whole point, because without the sufferings, our hearts wouldn't be made pure to the Lord. So as we, progress in His truth and get on higher and higher levels, that's what the Lord puts you through. He runs you through the ringer. He disciplines you and chastises you, so your mind, your heart, in other words, your mind can be made more pure. You know what I'm saying?
God, appreciate it.
Go ahead, brother.
In James 5, verse 10, it says, take my brethren, the prophets, who have spoken in the name of the Lord, for an example of suffering, affliction, and of patience.
Right. And if you go into Hebrews, it tells you about how the men of the Lord were persecuted, how they were put to death, how they went through certain infirmities. Okay, an example of suffering, because the Lord said, if you don't bear your cross, then you ain't His. Okay. So you're partaking in the sufferings of the body. So you brothers out there that suffer and you may don't understand it, you don't take it personal, man. Because we're going to get that in Mark the 6th chapter about men that catch hell for this truth. They are immediately offended, and then they're casted away. You don't want to have that spirit on you, man. You want to take suffering cheerfully, because when you really give your mind up to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai through fasting, prayers, and really meditating on what the Spirit is telling you, you'll see that you have a certain sense of clarity.
Yeah.
And it builds your character, man.
Okay. Yeah, like a lot of cultures around the world, they deal with what's known as a rite of passage.
Right.
And usually the rite of passage is a difficult process. And that's the transition from being a boy to a man. See, because in this world, we were boys. This world taught us to be little boys, taught us to be emotional, taught us to deal with the things which we want. But right now, what the Lord is putting into us is discipline, to put away our desires and the way we think, to be more in tune with His Spirit, so that our actions and deeds can reflect what He wants. Not what we want, but what He wants. You know what I'm saying? This is how maturity comes. Maturity, and the scriptures give that example, how maturity don't just come with age.
Right.
Like the scriptures tell you, certain old and aged men, that wisdom is not even given to them.
Mm-hmm.
It comes with the Lord dealing with you and supping with you, and that's that. When the Lord deals with you, He's applying the hammer down on you. You know what I'm saying? He's shaping you and molding you into something He wants. And when something is getting shaped, sometimes it gets beat, it gets, formed. It has to be manipulated and molded. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, that goes into, like, if you look at a certain, like, if you make jewelry or you're a particular smith of a trade, man, when you're molding or you're putting that particular instrument in a fire, you're going to mold it into what you want it to be. And only the maker of that particular piece of jewelry knows when it's ready to be put out of that fire, so to speak. And that's what the Lord is doing, man. He's basically purifying us in His image, because He wants to see His image in you. And that's a big thing as to why brothers catch the unfathomable hell, man, especially in the times we're living in now, whether it be sicknesses or loss. You're getting built up to deal with the hardships at hand, because the Lord said it's better to suffer now than be condemned with the world. Because if you condemn with these people that's getting ready to catch all sorts of hell, they don't fast, they don't pray, they're not conditioning their mindset to deal with the battles of war and the fiery darts of Satan. They're not dealing with that, man. They're dealing with the fact that they in the now. But we're being prepared for longevity to rule, man. Okay?
James 5:10, it says, "Take my brethren, the prophets, who have spoken in the name of the Lord, for example of suffering, affliction, and of patience."
Patience is the big thing. Scriptures say when thou art turned to a lower state, you got to take that patiently, man. You can't rush to say, look, get out of my circumstances. And I get it. We're men in the flesh. You don't want to catch the hell. But it's necessary, man. Like the movie Rocky, prime example, man. When Rock was falling off, Apollo Creed had to pick him up and say, come on, Rock, you can do it. This man will kill you if you don't get back in there. And constantly taking a beating to the point that you're looking forward to the beating. And I quote the Apostle Akar. Because when you catch hell and you realize the type of purity that is manifesting in your spirit, then you see it for what it is and you accept it and you appreciate it. No, it's not fun being fucked up. It's not fun being sick. It's not fun being derelict or stranded on the side of the road every other goddamn month. It's like the suffering never ends, but the Lord is making a perfect work in His men, because we got to be perfect as Yahweh Shah is perfect.
Yeah, that's a constant theme throughout the scriptures. Like Abraham, he journeyed to a land in which he didn't know.
Yeah.
And that was one of the first things when the Lord made a close dealing with him. He put him through something. You know what I'm saying? Like He said, I promised to your seed that you would inherit such and such, right? But he had to be taken from the land where he was at and journeyed all the way to a different land in order to get what he needed from the Lord.
Wait, hey, look at the fact when he was getting ready to sacrifice Isaac, man. That was a heavy thing, because he didn't question it. He was just going to do it.
Yep.
But the Lord already had the sacrifice already up. So that mind of being in that spirit is beneficial,
Mm-hmm. I'm going to finish it off. James 5:11. It says, "Behold, we count them happy which endure.
Mm-hmm.
Ye have heard of the patience of Job, and have seen the end of the Lord, that the Lord is very pitiful and of tender mercy."
Right, and what was the end of Yahweh Shai?
Immortality.
Yeah, that's right. Because, hey, when He died and got crucified, He came back 3 days and 3 nights, and He came back and showed Himself to the disciples, 40 days, which was symbolic of that fast that He had to accomplish to level up to fight off Satan, man, which He was in that glory mode. Because, hey, when Yahweh Shai fasted and He rebuked Satan, it says that the angels ministered unto Him, man. That glory, because it was an accomplishment, like, yes, it is done. And the same glory that's accomplished in the Lord will be accomplished in you, brothers, man, if you continue to endure. So don't get discouraged about, losing things in life, losing vehicles, losing women, losing children, losing money, jobs. These things are just temporal, brothers. The shit you lose in this life doesn't dictate you, okay? It doesn't make you a wicked man because you seem to catch unnoticed or unfathomable hell compared to these other people. If you're doing the right thing by Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, and you catching hell, count yourself blessed, because it said Job didn't sin with his lips. You know? Go ahead, brother.
You got one out?
No, you can read yours.
This is this switching to 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 8.
Luke 6 is good.
It said, "Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour." And you know, we always being tried, man. Satan is not getting rest, man. Satan don't get 15-minute breaks. Satan is always trying to see what weaknesses he can try to expose in brothers, man. But it said, "Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. Whom resist, steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world." You see, so the same temptations, although brothers may not speak on it on camera, somebody is going through a similar situation, man. And that's the same thing that we've been preaching to ourselves, man. Is that okay? Our hell is unique to us, but we don't know what brother in California or the East Coast of America they might be going through. It might be able to uplift them, man.
Yeah, and that's showing you that that's the spirit that Satan has. He's active. As active as you are in the ministry, Satan is just as active, because he's poking. When the scriptures say he's seeking who he may devour, it means he's trying you to see, okay, can I get this guy? Always, it's always with each brother. Satan is going through from camp to camp, to brother. Can I get this guy? And he's trying you and testing your spirit. Satan is seeking to devour you, because that's the adversary. Satan means adversary, which means when you have an adversary, it means forces that oppose you, right? Because we on a mission to hopefully wake up the elect, right? And to wake up the hopeful elect, and to endure to the end. But we have forces that oppose us. So Satan will what? Play at your flesh, make you weak in the flesh, give you infirmities, make certain people have demonic spirits around you. You see what I'm saying? Make certain demonic thoughts pop into your mind. But through all of that, you have to retain the principles that's written in the scriptures, as far as brotherhood, as far as keeping the law, statutes, commandments to your best ability, teaching the word. You know what I'm saying? That's how you resist Satan.
Well,
you know
what Yahweh Shai say? He says Satan desired to sift you as wheat, because remember, every brother in this ministry come in the same lot as Job, man. That's why we made the perfect example. Remember the patience of Job, because we all come in that lot. Because remember the councils in heaven. You have councils in heaven as we speak, and Satan is going before the Lord. That's why he said, "What cometh thou?" He says to walk in to and fro in the earth and up and down within it. Okay, because he's asking the Lord. He said, "Well, look, Lord is like, have you considered my servants X, Y, and Z?" He said, "Go down there and touch him, but save his life." You know what I'm saying? So it's basically the same thing regurgitating itself all over again. So Satan has, at this time, he has the authority to touch multiple brothers to see their integrity, man. Because right now we got scoffers coming against us. You know, men forming pacts that don't even believe in the same damn the doctrine. Is weird.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Playing on brothers' emotions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's all attacks, bro. And as we come closer to the end of this kingdom, those attacks are going to continue to elevate.
Yeah, and that's what Satan does, because it says, as a lion seeking to devour you, right? So when a lion is looking at its prey, it looks at the weaknesses of it. It looks at, okay, he's walking with a limp. You know what I'm saying? This
it's a war tactic.
It's blind in the left eye. That's a weakness. So that's what Satan plays on. That's the conditions of the battle. You know what I'm saying? So that's why when you're a brother in the spirit, the best thing you could do is self-reflect. When you self-reflect and you understand the parts that you fall short on, that's the spirit of the Lord, and you can
Correct.
work on it. You know what I'm saying? That's the resistance. You got the if Satan is resisting you, you got to resist Satan. Like Yahweh Shai said, resist the devil and he shall flee. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't resist, you can succumb to it. Like we see that happens throughout the years when it comes to certain dudes that fall out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to constantly resist Satan, whether, you know, being constantly in the spirit. You always got to constantly be in the spirit, teaching, you know, but pray. You got to constantly pray, constantly fast, link up with brothers. All these things are things that we do in order to keep going. See, we don't just do this for vain purposes. Like we just, okay, we don't got shit else to do. We're going to just keep, you know, kill time.
Yeah.
No, we doing this for the spirit because we want to keep the Holy Spirit on us.
Right, and it's
You know what I'm
necessary,
saying?
man. Like some guys get before the camera and they want a show. Shit, it's Friday night. Brothers could be with their women right now,
Yeah.
doing whatever. You could be at the movie some goddamn where. But no, this is a spiritual thing, man. Be counting all laws for Yahweh Shai's sake, man. You know what I'm saying? The word comes first. Everything else comes thereafter, but you got it, brother.
Yeah, it's a little bit more. It says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour.
So when you think of a roaring lion, if a lion is roaring at you, that means it wants to take you out. Lions are very aggressive, but at the same time, they're some of the most humblest and passive creatures, depending on the mindset or the spirit they're in. But usually, if a lion roars at you, it's ready to take your ass out. Okay, and we in crunch time now. So you brothers, man, arm yourselves. That Ephesians 6, man. Put on the whole armor of the Lord. And sometimes you got to rearm up because the more hell you catch, your arm, you're going to get kinks in it. But you rekindle that through fasting, prayer, and you'll find out that fasting, man, is very beneficial to your spirit. You get more clarity talking to the Lord. And like I was telling these two brothers, I said, you know, when you talk to the Lord, talk to him as a father, but talk to him like you have a relationship with him. Tell him what's on your mind, man. Like King David, he sung songs to the Lord. He was praying, he was talking to him. You got to talk to the Father like you know him because he knows you. He created you. Have that relationship with him. Say, look, Yahweh Shem Shai, I don't understand the purpose, you know, but I'm going to let you do what you got. It's not us letting him. He's going to do regardless. But, you know, just hypothetically speaking, have that relationship with the Lord. Like if you was talking to your worldly father, y'all got that bond and you can say what's on your mind. You know what I'm saying? And just speak boldly. It says come boldly before the throne of grace. Some shit I just don't understand. I say, Lord, I don't understand this shit. What the hell is going on? What's up? You know, talk to me, show me. And the Lord, he appreciates that because it's coming from the sincerity of your heart, you know? And there's no disrespect in it, you know? Go ahead.
It says, 1 Peter 5 verse 9, I'm going to wrap it up. It said, whom resist steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world. But the power of all grace, who had called us unto his eternal glory by Hamashiach Yahushua, after that ye have suffered a while, make you perfect, establish, strengthen, settle you.
It says suffered a while, okay? So that ain't no quick thing. You brothers suffer, man. Hey, your suffering can go on for years, months, ongoing. Sometimes it's quick. Sometimes the Lord will put you through some two-round, you know, training to tone you up.
Like the woman that had the issue of blood.
12 years and got worse.
Healed by Yahushua.
Yeah.
She went through it for a long time
12
before she
years.
got relief.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. It's like, and you can only imagine that mindset if you thinking about what this woman went through. It was a constant thing in her life for several years, but she was patient in order to get to the point where she could be healed by the Messiah.
Yeah, because
You know
what was it? It said that because she went to the physicians and she got worse.
Yeah.
You know, so a lot of times too, you know, brothers go through things and they get worse. Sometimes you put up prayers and you seem like your symptoms just got a whole lot worse. Like, whoa. And if you let it discourage you, that can be just a test to get your ass up out of here. But remember, hey, when Yahushua went to the cross, hey, did the Most High take him down from it? No, he did not. He had to endure that to the very last second of that until he gave up the spirit. You know?
Basically, we gotta hold on to the Lord. So I believe that's what that woman did. She cleaved unto his garments. She cleaved to the Lord's garments and got healed. So that's likewise what we do. We cleave into the Lord by cleaving unto this truth. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, the thoughts are fleeting. You know what I'm saying? As far as the things you think about and meditate on, they're fleeting. But we're holding on. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, get that 2 Timothy 2, what is it, 3, and also give me the book of what's a good one? Shadrach, Meshach. Well, I mean that's they didn't really suffer. I mean Daniel was in the lion's den, would be even before he got thrown in the lion's den. As told you, he prayed 3 times to the Lord a day, with the windows open facing the east. You know,
I got a good one too. This is Jeremiah 4:3. It says, "For thus saith the Lord Yahweh to the men of Judah and Jerusalem."
Speak up.
Slakia. Thus saith the Lord. For thus saith this Jeremiah 4:3. For thus saith the Lord to the men of Judah and Jerusalem, break up your fallow ground and sow not among the thorns. And you see, those are agricultural terms. When you break up the ground, you do that in preparation for planting, for sowing seed. And that's what the Lord is doing. Our ground, our fallow ground, meaning this body, that hard exterior we had in the earth, has to get broken down. And now an angel don't come out the sky and smite you on the head to break it down. The Lord does that through afflictions, through losing a job, through losing cars, through being broke.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Living paycheck to paycheck.
Yep.
Not knowing where your next source of income is going to be. You know what I'm saying? To where you got to rely on the Lord. That's how the Lord breaks you up. You know what I'm saying? Because these people that are in the world and not suffering, whether their vices be drugs or money or women, their mindset ain't getting broken down. Because the things which they find comfort in is readily available.
Right.
For us, it's not that way.
Right.
So that's the Most High breaking us up and shaking us up to where we realize that this world is BS.
Right.
That we realize that our only true form of sustenance comes through Him, through relying on that Spirit, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
The point the brothers made too, man, in Atlanta when Apostle Ricard was down, they made a point. The brother of Tazawam, he said, brothers, you try to get established, but you can never seem to fully be established. You know, like you look at certain people in the world, they starting businesses.
Yeah.
These people ain't really worth 2 nickels to rub together. They starting businesses, they driving Hellcats, and you just trying to be established to sustain your daily bread and keep a roof and lights on and take care of the brothers and your kids. But you can never seem to get to that plateau. It's starting something as simple as starting a fucking business. It's like pulling teeth, man. Something as simple as having a fucking maintainable vehicle. Something that's obtainable.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's like, wait a minute, this shit is doable. Why the hell am I having a bad time?
Right.
You know, just to start a business. Jake is starting businesses out here, but you trying to establish yourself is hard as hell, man.
Yeah.
And you know, if you took it personally and you look at the reference of the world, people will call you losers, or you a bum, or you ain't amount none, you ain't smart enough. You'll let that shit get to you and it will break your spirit. But it comes with having confidence in yourself and the spirit. Because do you believe you're a bum?
Right.
Do you believe you're not good enough to do what these people? You're better than these people, low key, because you got the spirit. But hey, the Lord knows how to keep you at a certain way, because certain jakes, they got to be kept on a leash, because it's not like right now. You know why we can't fly? Because we'll be stunting. We'll be doing
Take off.
We'll take off. Come on, man. One of you jakes can fly right now. I guarantee you ain't going to keep that shit contained. You're going to get drunk one day. You go, you know what, man?
Where the Johns at?
Let me go ahead and fly to the motherfucking spot real quick. And then, you know, you're going to fly to your woman's house, and then she may give you,
out.
you know, she may give you the good sex for a night, but she gonna still be a fucking demon.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's the point, you know?
That's
But
somebody.
yeah, I had a precept to you today, Jeremiah 4. This is the book of Mark 4, and I'm starting 8. It says, and the other fell on good ground and did yield fruit that sprang up and increased and brought forth some 60 and some 30 and some 60 and some 100. Okay? So that's the point, man. Through tilling that ground, that comes with labor. This just wasn't some seed we busted open and bam, it goes to fruit. No, this was intensifying labor, persecution.
Yeah.
Hell.
And you gotta put that same effort in. Where if you only getting 2-fold,
Yeah.
you only getting 5-fold,
Man.
you only getting 10-fold.
Yeah.
You still gotta put that, what that brother say, you still gotta put the same intensity into this labor, you know, with confidence and with faith, as his brother was saying, man.
Sir. Because you can't get discouraged because you're not getting views on your videos, so you don't do no sit downs. No. Have
Right.
confidence in yourself as a teacher, man.
Go in there. Yeah.
Go in, do it.
That's
Even
right.
if nobody's looking, then guess what? The scriptures say prophecy into the wind, man.
Kind.
And that may just be a lot to not have any views to see how you gonna fare with discouragement, man.
Kind.
That's right. That's right. Because everything Yahushua went through in his ministry, it was in preparation for him to go through the ultimate task, man.
Man,
He was just laying down his life for the nation, man. It said he was the captain of our sufferings. You know what I'm saying? He was made perfect through that. He was made perfect and conformed to the image of the Lord through sufferings. So whether it was Jake trying to snatch him up and kill him, or infirmities he dealt with in the flesh, that all made him ready for the task, which was to die for the nation. Look at King David. Look at what King David went through before he became king.
Right.
He had pursuers. King Saul really wanted to kill him. King David had to hide among the wilderness, but he didn't see the fruit of his labors till he went through that. You know what I'm saying?
and really his fruits of his labors didn't come really until Solomon sat on the throne.
Yeah.
Because remember, David put the Moabites, he put the Ammonites, he put the Edomites in slavery, he fucking put the flight to Syrians, man. King David cleaned house and shops, and so his son can have that fruitful labor. So technically, his fruits didn't manifest until Solomon sat on the throne.
Yeah,
You
kind
know what I'm saying? Clear paving that way. Same thing us right now. We're clearing the way for Yahushua to come. And the fruits of our labor will not be shown until we got those crowns on our heads, man. And I got a quick precept to back them up. And after this, you know, you brothers, you can bring out whatever you want to bring it out and we can wrap it up. But this is the book of Isaiah 53, and I'm going to start at 3. It says, he is despised and rejected of men. It says, a man of sorrows, acquainted with grief. That word grief in the Hebrew, it goes into mental infirmities and being sickness, man. The Lord, he was sickly. Because if you read in the Bible, a lot of the men of the Lord, they had death-threatened illnesses, man. You know, he was very sickly. He was a sickly man because he dealt with a lot of mental grief. And they say that sickness is starting what? The mind. Because if you believe it, then so it manifests. And it says here, acquainted with grief, and we hid as it were our faces from him. He was despised and we esteemed him not. But surely he hath borne our griefs and carried our sorrows. Yet we did esteem him, stricken him, smitten of the Most High, and afflicted. But he was wounded for our transgressions, he was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his stripes we are healed. So it's necessary. Like my man said in Trinity, he said it's a shitty ordeal, but it's necessary.
God.
He said it's the nature of the business, you know.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of Yahushua, man, because he knew he had to bear that. Because Yahushua, he bared the sins of the whole nation of Israel, even though parts of the nation of Israel hated him. He still had to. How can you do that? Because at the end of the day, all of Israel's gonna be saved. How much
You took on sins
grief
niggas
is
didn't
that?
commit yet.
That niggas didn't want you to carry. Niggas didn't want you to cover it,
Damn.
but you still covered it anyway.
He did. He took on sins that wasn't even committed yet, bro.
Yeah.
Damn. That's heavy.
Yeah.
All
He knew
one,
that.
man. Yeah.
And he knew it. He knew he had to go through that, man.
That's fucking crazy.
So
bro.
what more us, man? What more of our bail problems, our woman problems, our car problems, our physical problems, man? Yahushua would say he was acquainted with grief.
Yeah, man. and the crazy part about it is Jake is going the fuck off.
Yeah.
All the sins that these niggas are committing right now,
Yeah.
to this day, the Lord took all.
Yeah.
Just imagine how bad it was.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right now, niggas are going off.
Yeah,
And the
yeah,
Lord
yeah.
bore that shit, man.
It's Bati men out here 6'5" niggas with purses right now.
Yeah,
Bro, you gotta
Asking
take your
for,
head off. That ain't how shot deserves
a
it all,
wife
bro. Like,
with-
you can't,
nigga
you can't
want a
bitch.
wife with side niggas, man.
You take on the sins of the
Jake's
nation?
witness.
Hell no.
Y'all niggas. I got precept. You got one out?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it. Ike.
This is Psalm 119, verse 75. I know, O Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai, that thy judgments are right, and that thou in faithfulness hast afflicted me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what really goes back to, is the Lord dealing.
Yeah.
Because he has a greater plan. He's doing something. He's not just doing it to be a cruel Lord. It says in faithfulness.
Mm-hmm.
And the word for faithfulness is amawana, which goes back to faith. So that ties into the Lord's plan, his covenant.
Yeah.
Which we know ultimately he desires the nation for us to sit on the 12 thrones, like he starts with the 12 disciples judging the nations.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, because really that's the desire of the Lord for the nation is starting with the elect to make us righteous, to make us the right judges of his name. So he doesn't just do this like he jacks up the heathen. He's doing this to make us right. You know what I'm saying? It says, let I pray thee, verse 76 says, let I pray thee thy merciful kindness be for my comfort, according to thy word unto thy servant. See? So it's according to the word. That's the Lord. That's wherein we learn through our afflictions what the end goal is. You know what I'm saying? It's according to his word. His mercy is contained in his word. Because we know at the end of our sufferings, the Lord is going to give us everything we lost back. The Lord is going to give us 100 times more. You know what I'm saying? Even Yahushua spoke on it. How we're going to get, tenfold?
Yeah.
Everything we lost? Hundredfold. It's the sufferings of this life is immeasurable. You know what I'm saying? And that's the Lord's mercy playing out. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot. There's one more verse on this. Psalm 119. It's like I lost my place.
That's all good. What you got? Bring out Sirach 3. When you find that. If you don't find it, bring it up. Sirach 3.
This is a quick one. This is well, yeah, let me just go ahead and go into this Mark. This is Mark chapter 10 and verse 35. It says, and James and John, the sons of Zebedee, come unto him, saying, Master, we would that thou shouldest do for us whatever we shall desire. And he said unto them, what would ye that I should do for you? So, you know, the James and John, they asking of a favor of Yahushua. You see? But it says, verse 37, it says, and they said unto him, grant unto us that we may sit one on thy right hand and the other on our left hand in thy glory. They asking for, you know, good spots in the kingdom of heaven. Verse 38, but Yahushua said unto him, ye know not what ye ask. Can ye drink of the cup that I drink of?
Man, that's the spirit, because before this lesson, I was thinking of that precept, man. That's the baptism. You know what I'm saying? That cup which we drink is the cup of Yahushua's affliction. You know what I'm saying? Because Yahushua was basically like asking, like, dude, what do you think this is about?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not a light thing.
Yeah.
You can't just ask for a position and not take what comes with it. Because this position, it takes the Lord wants his pound of flesh when it comes to what he requires from you.
Yeah, because he probably looked at him too, like, man, this ain't no light thing, bro. Like, you know what you asking right now?
Yeah.
Like, this is not something that just the ordinary man gonna get.
Yeah.
And they didn't even know his full end.
No, they didn't know. They were just going off what he said, the prophecy, of course. But even then, it's all speculation because they didn't know. Like, you remember when he came on the scene too, they said, we gonna call down fire from heaven. You know what I'm saying? They was already looking forward to the spiritual power and fucking niggas up. And this wasn't really what it was about, you know. So
It say, Mark chapter 10, verse 37. They said unto him, grant unto us that we may sit on thy right hand and the other on thy left hand in thy glory. But Yahushua said unto him, ye know not what ye ask. Can ye drink of the cup that I drink of?
man, can you deal with the shit I'm getting ready to bear? And he was basically playing with him, man, and saying, well, you think you can deal with what I did? You want my spot?
Yeah.
Take on the sins of the nation.
Yeah. Meaning, and two, if you want to be that close to me, your walk got to mirror my walk. If you want to have that high position, you better be ready to go through the things that I'm about to go through in a similar fashion. If you want to lay in a similar stead as me, you're going to go through similar things as well. And that's why the Lord said no servant is greater than his master. That's why we go through what we go through. And it's going to get tougher as we move forward. You know what I'm saying? Brothers going to get tried until the point of death. And some brothers are going to get put to death. I'm saying, what if it's your lot that, you know, you just get, from the point of things hitting the fan, you just get straight snatched up, interrogated, tried, and killed.
Yeah, waterboarded.
Yeah, all kind of stuff. But that's just the trial of a believer. And that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, this is the book of this is Matthew 10. I'm gonna start at verses 38. It says, "And he that taketh not his cross and followeth after me is not worthy of me. And he that findeth his life shall lose it. And he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it." Okay, so that's the point. Okay, the Lord, you have to put up, you got to bear your own cross. You got to bear your iniquity. You got to bear your burdens. Because remember, the Lord, he bared his own cross. But even then, within that, he had help at the latter end of it, because the trial got so heavy, so intense, he needed help. So the Holy Spirit and that standard is going to be in our favor too, because the Lord had help carrying his cross at a point in time, because it was just too heavy for one man. I mean, he bared it as one man, but that shows you that he had the support system. So we have nothing to worry about, man. We got the help to bear our cross, and the burdens that you can't deal, you cast it upon one another. Because certain burdens are just, like Apostle said, he said, sometimes shit just got your number, man. You can't win every battle, but you got to win the war.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just what it boils down to.
Yeah.
You ain't going to win every battle. It's just not how this thing works.
Yahweh Shai
You ain't
himself.
Floyd.
It's like it. It's like it.
No, you good,
But
bro.
Yahweh Shai, he said, I am with thee even to the end of the world, man.
Mhm.
And the scriptures say, if we suffer with him, then we shall reign with him, man.
Right.
So we can't see as Yahweh Shai just somebody up in the heavens just looking down, watching. No. The scriptures say, when two or three are gathered in my name, there I am in the midst.
Yeah.
So we have to see Yahweh, spiritually see Yahweh Shai walking with us, guiding us, giving us the wisdom and encouragement to keep on pushing through this thing. Because without him, we will be nowhere.
Yes.
And nothing comes free. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not like we're going to have it easy just to get. This is the greatest calling ever. We looking to be in the best positions.
Yeah.
We looking to be in the best positions ever for eternity. So you think that's going to be a cakewalk? Nah. It comes with some things.
Getting ready to inherit life, brothers.
Yeah.
This punk ass fucking kingdom trial. It's hard, but really, it's really a mindset, man. It's laughable. It's a mindset. You make it as hard as it is. It's what you make of your trials, bro.
Yeah.
That's why praying and fasting is your best friend in this truth, bro. Bottom line, hands down, praying and fasting is the best tool you have to fight this mindset off. And honestly speaking, bro, like you speaking with a man, and not bigging myself up at all, because I'm low. But just my experience of my short time in this truth, dealing with certain sufferings and loss, bro. If you I ain't got shit to smile about, honestly. But you know what? Through the Spirit, none of these brothers have anything to smile about, because we in hell. But when you understand the Spirit and you rejoice in it, then you got all joy in the world, because it's like, this shit ain't gonna be forever.
Yeah.
Shit, it is what it is.
We know how to convert it to fuel through the spiritual, man.
Yeah.
Because through this, I was watching the intervention last night. It was going into an Edomite. Edomite, he was working. He was during 2020 during the sickness. He was working at ICU, and he was never at home. And his woman ended up called him while he was at work, said, "I'm gonna divorce you." And guess what? He took some fentanyl and overdose, man.
Damn.
You see? But on the flip hand, if a brother if you lose your wife, lose your kids, lose your job, lose your car, whatever, what option do you have? You could sit there and bitch like niggas in the world, or you could turn that into fuel for your fire, man. But I got a little bit more.
Yeah, you got it, bro.
This is Mark chapter 10, verses 37 again. It said, they said unto him, grant unto us that we may sit one on thy right hand and the other on thy left hand in thy glory. But Yahushua said unto them, ye know not what ye ask. Can ye drink of the same cup that I drink of, and be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with?
And that's why John said, one cometh after me that baptizes with fire and the Holy Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
That fire is a trial and afflictions that we go through.
Yeah.
So it links up with that, you know what I'm saying? It's everything that we go through that ultimately leads to salvation and the crown, you know?
Yep. Verse 39, it said, they said unto him, we can. And Yahushua said unto them, ye shall indeed drink of the cup that I drink of, and be baptized with the and with the baptism that I am baptized withal shall ye be baptized.
He said, hey, you want it? Oh, you gonna get it.
Yeah.
You gonna get it.
It say, but to sit on thy right hand and on thy left is not mine to give, but it shall be given to them for whom it is prepared.
Right, so every man have their particular lot, man. Every man, is not going to be the top guy. Everybody's not going to be the main dude or the low dude. You got to fit in where the Lord puts you in. He said, hey, mine has already been set up by the Lord.
Yeah, through the Spirit.
Shit,
One
Peter
of those
was set up.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Peter is that guy.
Yeah,
Peter's going to be on the right of Yahushua because he's David.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? For you guys that's talking shit on King Masha, hey, that's who's gonna be in that position.
But these same guys, though, when the bugged out doctrine came out about Paul and Barnabas, you clowns ain't never dispute that, though. You bunch of hypocrites. So if you got a problem with the David being Masha thing, then you gotta rebuke that weirdo that said that you two niggas are Paul and Barnabas. Cause clearly you not. Oh, I just want to make it, brother. War, you got a demon on you, and the Most High gonna destroy you unless you repent. And that's just what it is.
But hey, at the end of the day, we gotta earn these spots for this kingdom, man. We gotta earn these tickets. This ain't nothing you can pull up on Ticketmaster, pay for $50.
Yeah, I want backseat tickets.
This thing, my humble experience, man. This truth don't get easier, but you just build up a higher tolerance for the bullshit as you get more mature in the spirit. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the process, you know. You just being made a better man through the spirit.
Trust the process.
You know we being made way better men because like these niggas in the world, they're not ready for what's about to happen. That's why the scriptures say how the mighty men of Babylon shall be like women. They're gonna be like women. Like it's crazy how the Lord's gonna what's gonna make us laugh at famine? What's gonna make us endure when we see all kind of people, hundreds of people dying next to us? It's what we're going through right now. What we're going through right now is preparing us for that to the point where we don't even realize how strong we are.
Right.
And that's something that has been on my spirit to keep saying to brothers, like, sometimes we don't even see, because you feel like, damn, I'm just a dude. Like, I come home, watch Netflix and shit. You know what I'm saying? But like, you really a strong vessel. You really got the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, the eternal powers in you. You know what I'm saying? As long as you believe in those names.
Hey, then the scripture say, blessed is he who endured temptation. Bring out one more precept, man. What you got? You got something? Give me Sirach 3. Bring that out. What's Sirach 2?
I got that with
what says,
which is quoted.
Where it says, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thyself for temptation.
Hold that real quick. Bring that out.
This is well, let's just start it. This is James 1. We're gonna start at verse 5. It say, if any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of the Most High, that it giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given to him.
Right. Another word for liberty is being free, so to speak. Go ahead.
And a lot of time that wisdom come with experience. A lot of time brothers pray for increase in the spirit. Next thing you know, the world come crashing down upon you. Well, that comes with what you pray for.
Yes. Yeah, Lord ain't just sprinkling some damn dust.
Yeah, like Peter Pan.
Yeah, nah, you gotta go through it. You want more faith? All right, go ahead. Let me throw this building at your ass and see if you catch it.
It say, James 1 verse 6. But let him ask in faith.
Careful what you pray for, man.
James 1 verse 5. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of the Most High that give it to all men liberally and upbraid it not, and it shall be given to him. But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea driven with the wind and tossed.
Yeah.
So
that wavering is going into that emotional instability.
Yeah. I don't
You
know.
pray, it's like a week later, 2 weeks. You see your prayer ain't come through.
I
exactly
don't know.
what you asked for.
Yeah.
But you got to examine more, dig deeper.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes the Lord, he doesn't work on your time.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it takes a time frame where you're not expecting.
Kind.
Sometimes what you pray for is not in line with the will of the Lord. But that's why you got to remain stable.
Yep.
And confident and bold in the Spirit. That's why the word, if you go do a search in the New Testament on boldness or bold, it appears several times, because that's that confidence, that's that solidarity you have in the Spirit that the Lord is working. You know what I'm saying? You can't be erratic in the Spirit.
Well, hey, when Paul prayed to the Lord to take the thorn, he prayed 3 times and it didn't work. And then, the Lord said, well, shit, in your weakness, you're strong.
Yeah.
He said, this is going to keep you on point. Yeah, it sucks having infirmities in you, man, when you ain't got to, but shit, the Lord know the Most High know what he's doing, man. A lot of time brothers will be afraid they going to die and the emotion of leaving everybody behind. You got to get over that shit, bro. That's the sting of death. You got to get over that. Fear not the sentence of death. If you die, then you die. Mm-hmm. Period is what it is. And when you come to grips with that, and the Lord puts you to the test of almost being in death, when you say, fuck it, like the Christians say, let go and let God, that's when the Lord can pull you through it and you just leveled up, bro. Hey, Abraham leveled up when he was getting ready to sacrifice Isaac. He leveled. That was ultra instinct level.
You got
right
people
there.
that mock at that. See, that's how we gloss over so much how deep into this we is. Like, people mock at the very things that we believe in. Like, oh, how did Noah get all these animals in the boat? Oh God, he was a jerk for telling. He was just clowning Abraham. Why would he tell him to sacrifice his son? But it's like we fear the Lord. Like, motherfucker, we gonna listen to the Lord no matter what. You people could view how you want the Lord. You could view the Lord how you want.
Yeah.
Guess what? How the Lord gonna fucking kill you, man.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
It say, James 1 verse 6, but let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea driven with the wind and tossed. For let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Let the brother of low degree rejoice in that he is exalted, but the rich in that he is made low, because as the flower of the grass he passed away. It say, for the sun is no sooner risen with the burning heat, but withereth the grass. The flower thereof falleth, and the grace of the fashion of it perisheth. So also shall the rich man fade away in his ways. Verse 12, this is the point you call for, right? It say, blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him.
And that would, prior to that precept, it was going into things that perish. But what we sow or what we're sowing into is eternal. We're sowing into something that no matter what, it's gonna make its dividends. You know what I'm saying? Just like everything Jake put their mind to is gonna go. You know what I'm saying? No matter what it may be.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. And that's it.
It's a rock.
I just want to say, because, we speaking on this, like how we got to earn it. Because a lot of, bro, we could brainstorm the kingdom for weeks. Oh, I want to go to this galaxy. I want to have this women. I want to, have pet bears and dolphins and whales and go swim in the ocean. But hey, we here now to earn that right. It's just not gonna be given us because we call ourselves Israelites and we go out on the highways and byways. No, it's this day in, day out bullshit that we gotta deal with. That Lord willing, makes us eligible to receive that reward.
But they say after 90 days you become eligible for benefits.
Yeah, you got trial period, man.
Yeah. Cause hey, you don't make that trial period. They show up late one day, they gonna clip your ass, man.
Yeah,
you out of here.
It's real. It's real.
Bring that out and shut it down.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 1. It says, "My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble."
And setting your heart right is very important, man. You gotta have a warrior mentality in here, man.
Yeah.
Because Apostle Ricardo did that video going one more round. That's the mindset of a warrior. It's not getting weak in the eyes of your opponent. It's rising to the occasion to overcome, man. Because the scriptures say through Yahweh Shai, we are more than conquerors,
right?
man.
Yeah.
So what that don't mean bitch up and say, all right, it's over. It means overcoming this bullshit, man.
Yeah, prime example, going back to the first Matrix after Neo got put down in that hallway, when he finally realized it, and then he said, no, nah, you got to overcome that. Because are your trials bigger than you?
Yeah.
Nope.
Exactly.
Nope.
The trial don't, how can I say it? The man don't make the trial. The trials don't make the man.
Yeah.
The man make the trials.
Yeah.
Or backwards, or, reverse that. Or
you had it right.
Yeah,
The man makes the trials.
Man makes the trials, man. You can't let our brothers, we're not saying it's a light thing, because you go through moments when you bug the fuck out. When you don't know if you there or not. You just like, man, what the fuck? But hey, when the Lord pulls you through it, you gotta say, man, I got this shit.
Yeah.
And it's to the point that, Lord, shit, sometimes you just like, look, Lord, if you're gonna take me, just fucking take me. Like, shit, yeah.
It's like that sometimes.
Take me, bro. Shit, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be cool with that.
It's like that.
All this other mediocre bullshit, this some more, man, fuck it. You gonna take me, take me.
Mm-hmm.
Get me the fuck out of this body, man.
Yeah, that's why the scriptures say no chastening seem joyful for the moment. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny too, because like we could talk about the hell all day and we understand that's a theme of being in the truth, but like when it comes upon you, just because don't make it any easier.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because anything that hurts you or afflicts you is designed to do just that. Like it's like, oh well, I'm gonna catch hell, so it's all good. When the hell comes, like, I just lost my job. It's cool, brother. Nah, hell no.
It's
You gonna be feeling hurt in that moment. Whether you lose a woman, and you gonna be telling yourself like, fuck that bitch, but you gonna be hurt.
You gonna be hurt.
You gonna be hurt in that moment, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Especially when you buffeted in the flesh, you feel pain.
Be crying in the bathroom and shit.
Physical pain.
I already know.
Physical pain.
Listening to old school music, man. This bitch just
That's
fucked
not-
another man. You in the bathroom, hurt like a motherfucker, but you gotta deal with it.
It's
Like,
nothing like. It's nothing like at all. But
nah.
these things, like we say, is part of the battle. It's part of what we go through, and it's overcoming those spirits, ultimately.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And as we overcome, we keep going closer and closer to that day of being
Redeemed.
acceptable for the Lord. Because honestly speaking, we're not acceptable yet.
Yeah.
If we was acceptable, the Lord would come tomorrow.
Yeah, we would have.
If we was right and perfect, the Lord would come tomorrow.
That's a good point, huh?
But we're not that yet. There's still more that has to, and it's that little bit left. You know what I'm saying? It's not much, because the Lord, we can see through the prophecies, we measure what the Lord got going through the Spirit, that we're almost there. But it's that last little bit that have to get purged through the Spirit.
Right. Hey, primary watching the original Mortal Kombat movie, Liu Kang was gun ho on avenging his brother's death. Raiden kept saying, he said, "You're not ready."
Yeah.
I told him, like, you ain't ready.
Right,
He wasn't ready.
Yeah.
He thought he was, but he wasn't. He had to go through certain battles to test his endurance. That battle that he fought with Reptile, I'm like, I don't know how the fuck Liu Kang pulled that shit off. This nigga got kicked through a brick wall.
Yeah.
And he pulled that shit off, but he was getting fucked. 85% of that fight, he was losing. He said, you know what, man, fuck this shit. Enough is enough. And that's the beautiful of the spirit. You could take something as carnal as that and make it a spiritual point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he just overcame Reptile and fucked him up at the last end of the fight.
Yeah.
And then won the whole tournament and avenged his brother's death.
Right, cause speaking honestly, man, the Lord knows our limits.
Yeah.
Don't ever think you know your limits, cause the Lord will push you somewhere you ain't never been. Cause it was a quote that I read in the book. To be something you never been, you gotta be somebody you never been before, man. So that means that you gotta go in the dark. You gotta go where you think you can't go past, man. Cause like I said, the Lord is the only person that knows that you could do that. You might in yourself think, oh, I can't. The Lord knows you can make it, man.
Well, I got a good point. It's something that you brothers, every brother's not into anime, but who brothers out there is into anime, Google, YouTube, Dragon Ball Z, Trunks and Vegeta, Hyperbolic Time Chamber. Google that and watch that. Trunks was bugging the fuck out, but look how Vegeta dealt with that shit.
Yeah.
Trunks had to overcome it, endure it. Yeah. Vegeta just went in like, fuck it. And it was in the midst of the shit, and he just took it all like, I don't give a fuck. It is what it is. Vegeta didn't care if he died in there. Yeah. He just wanted to surpass Goku and he wanted to take the rightful place as being the prince. Trunks was bugging the fuck out. And to the point he had to level up and endure it. He said it was to the point he couldn't endure. He said, I don't know how the hell I made it, bro.
He had to go through that because that's the whole point. We got to go through an intensive training in order to overcome the enemy. Because when you go through that, training, let's just analyze this on the fight level. You got two guys that are approaching a fight. Well, let's say one guy, he's just sitting on his ass eating potato chips. You know what I'm saying? Not taking his training serious. He hit the heavy bag for like 10 minutes. Once
5 minutes of jogging.
Well, the other dude, he's jogging. He's jogging for like 2 hours every day. You know what I'm saying? He's hitting the heavy bag. He's hitting the weights.
He wanted more.
His diet is disciplined.
He wanted more.
The dude that's putting in the training, his training is hard. The other dude got it easy, but the dude that went through the hard training, he's gonna see the fruits of it. So that's the point. That's why we go through what we go through, is to see the fruits of the labors and to be raised up, to be on a certain level.
Straight out.
You know what I'm saying? That's required of the Lord. We're the princes of power. We're Yasha Allah. The Lord requires us of us. We're his sons. You know what I'm saying? And that's going to be shown in our story from the point of our anointed to being chosen all the way up until now. Because can't no other nation say they went through what we went through to get that position? Or Edomite, I could be an Israelite too. Fuck no, you can't be no Israelite, man.
Yeah, he signed a paper.
Goddamn devil, man.
He signed a paper
for eternity, and you heathens, you're gonna be heathens for eternity. You're gonna be slaves for eternity because we weren't blessed with this.
Well, prove Esau can't walk in our shoes because when shit get hard, what does he do? He commits suicide.
Off himself.
Yeah.
Jake built for this shit, man.
Yeah.
That's right.
No, but wrap it up.
Oh, you want me to close out?
If you got more on that, bring it out. Yeah.
That's just a little bit left. This is verse 4. It says, "Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully," and cheerfully goes into having a good countenance, because we gotta, of course, stay positive through the things we go through. You know what I'm saying? It says, "And be patient when thou art changed to a low estate, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity."
Yes, that right there, that's something for your ass right there. Acceptable men in the furnace of adversity means every man is not going to be that. Every man is not going to be tried to that intensity because they're not acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
So the men who's being tried and they endure, he endured to the end. The same should be saved. They are acceptable in the eyes of the Lord, man.
Yeah.
Because how was tried in that furnace?
Yeah. Kind. When you think about it, the elect, there's 140. The elect is a total in general, but you have the chosen, the 144,000. So that means 144,000 men, 12,000 out of each tribe got to go through their own separate trials, man. So we, you brothers brothers on the camera, man, we can't go into your specific situation, man. We can't go into what you're dealing with on a day-to-day basis, because at the end of the day, he got a situation, he got a situation, I got a situation.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we gotta endure that so we all link up in the end, man.
Right.
And that's the hope, man. That we all get beamed up on them chariots, man.
Brother gonna say, "What's your story?"
Yeah.
What we gonna tell?
Oh,
Like,
I went through this, and that.
like how the
That
fuck you
word-
overcome that?
Yeah.
That word goes into being received of the Lord. Meaning
Yeah.
the Lord takes you in for His own. And you present yourself. You first gotta present yourself before Him.
Yep.
So when you're
That's a sacrifice.
you're presented, you have to be. You have to have intangibles to yourself. You have to have the characteristic it takes to be accepted.
Yeah.
Like Abel, his sacrifice was accepted. Cain was rejected because he offered fruits. His sacrifice wasn't right. His sacrifice wasn't properly offered. But the proper offer to us is hell.
Right.
That's the proper offering.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because the Lord, He looks at that and accepts it because you did what it takes to pay. That's like if I ask a certain price for an item I'm selling, only the price I ask for is acceptable. You can't give me nothing else, nothing less, and I will not accept it. That's the way the Lord views it.
Yeah, that's
You
what
can't
I wish
to
I
be-
was saying.
Yeah, to
You-
be
you-
acceptable, you gotta go
drink
through
the
hell.
cup.
You can't.
The Lord's
short-
saying you
can't-
gotta go through this, and then after that, I will accept you.
Yeah.
Right. This ain't no short chain. You can't 3 for the 10 nickel bag your house shot, bro.
Mm-hmm.
No, you can't do that, man. You gotta come with the exact change. It don't
That's
come
right.
at all.
And we ain't saying what we're saying to sound high and mighty, like our hell is nothing, and like we just about to breeze through it. Like, nah, shit. I say what I say, coupled with fear. Like, damn, I hope I'm worthy. I hope I can go through it.
And you just don't get to the point that you just croak, the engine just turns off, man. Cause it be that one situation that'll knock you out. You like, God damn, man, you just gotta come back stronger. Like when Rocky lost, you gotta come back stronger,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, kind of.
You're gonna get knocked out by some trials, bro, to the point you like, damn, how can I endure? You gotta pick up. It may knock you a step back. You may be a little weaker and fatigued in the spirit, but you build up.
Yeah.
You built that endurance, man. You know, like after you run 1 mile, you may try to run 1.5 miles, and you may pass out. And you got to build up the endurance to run that 1.5 miles, then 2 miles, then 2.5, then 3 miles, and you keep running until you're able to go through it. Because every trial you get is gonna get harder and harder.
Yeah, kind of.
You know, to the
Don't
point.
lighten up.
Yeah, don't lighten up. To the point like you may literally be looking at death, the ultimate trial. Then what? You gonna punk up, or you gonna say, you know what, shit, this is what it is, because it's not about us at the end of the day.
Sure.
You know.
Sure.
But,
That's right.
brothers got more precepts. Go ahead. If not, y'all can close it out.
I just want to read this off the comment board. The second Ezra, chapter 7, verse 6. It says, there is also another thing. A city is building and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things.
All good things. That's the kingdom. Go ahead.
Yeah, which means rulership. You ain't got to answer to Esau. The black nigger woman and Spiegel woman is gonna be in order. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get your respect as you feel like you need and deserve in this world. That's all good things, man. Things we don't experience on this side. Cause hey, after this camera shut off, man, we going back to all bad things, man. Brother might go to get something to eat. He might run into a damn transformer,
I
man.
don't want to speak on that, man. I don't say that, but you know, yeah.
But you know, hey,
Yeah,
this
true.
world is nothing but evil.
It's nothing but death. Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But it says 2 Ezra 7:7. The entrance thereof is narrow and is set in a dangerous place to fall.
You got me thinking of town topic.
like if this were the fire on the right hand, on the left a deep water, and only one path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once.
Right, so you ain't gonna be on the side of the next man. And we all walking that same path together, but individually.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Just think about that path, but each brother that's in this thing sincerely is on that same path. Think about parallel paths. You got a path here, the same path, but the kingdom is here. We get to that, but He's on this rope, I'm on this rope. It's fire and wood on each brother. You got to go through the narrow passages, man.
Yeah, how you make it is by following another man, not by trying to jump cut another man. You know what I'm saying? Try to get clout for yourself and say, okay, I think I need to be leading. Nah, man.
I'm Paul, man.
Yeah, nah. If another brother follow you, the Lord set him in front of you. You follow that man. Another brother behind you, it's your responsibility, you know, Lord willing we be the elect, to stay on that right path so that other brother can follow you on that right path, man.
You may need to see how he jump over that pothole so you can.
So you know how to do
it. Okay. Because your dumb ass would have fell in.
Goofy. 2 Ezra 7 verse 18. But it said, nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straits and hope for wide. For they that have done wickedly have suffered the straight things, and yet shall not see the wide.
So you wicked, you fucked anyway. But it says the righteous shall suffer straight things. So the righteous go through things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The men of the Lord are gonna go through loss, grief, okay, animosity. They're gonna lose things. They're gonna appear to be losers. They're gonna appear to be fucking bums. Whatever you people, whatever fucking whatever narrative you spin, we are gonna fit the narrative as just basically you niggas ain't it until you find out that Lord's will we may be the ones. Because we gonna have that glow and that shine to us, man. That Bruce Leroy, so to speak.
Okay. That's right.
You know?
Yeah, that's all I got.
Got something, bro?
No, that's it.
Well, shit, we can close out. Well, we're gonna close out and give us all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. And with that, Shalom.
Shalom. Blah, blah, blah.